And share screen. Right. Play. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today and going live on Facebook now. So every Thursday, or as 99% possible we can, Debbie and I are doing our Thursday Zooms at 11:30 on different topics in real estate. So today, and we'll only keep you 15-20 minutes of this, and today's topic is business technology. So technology, apps, ideas, and things to make your life easier as a realtor and keep you organized and get business and social networking and all that kind of good stuff. But we know these are just suggestions. We know there's lots of technology out there. And I always say the best technology and app is the ones that you use, because being in this business 30 years, I've gone through so many different programs and apps and things. Obviously, in the last 30 years, have been a lot of different technologies. Can't even imagine what the next one will be that's bigger than, that make the technology and apps of today look like, like back in dinosaur ages. So Debbie and I are going to go through a few of those today. So I'm going to go for our first slide. Deb, why don't you take it and hit the first couple, and then I'll hit the next couple.
So the ones that I put together are from things that people ask me. The agents ask me, well, how would I do this, or where would I find that, or how do I know what to do with that? So the first couple ones that we're talking about are things that are going to help you with when you're dealing with your customers out in the world, and also when you're working on your business through your phone or through your iPad or your tablet or what have you. So one of the things is the MC Backup app, and that backs up your phone address book and helps you clean up your contacts. I can't stress this enough for our Century 21 agents to clean up their contacts in their phone, on their computer, everywhere, because our new system that we're going to be talking about next week, MoxieWorks, connects to your account. So it's going to pull the information, and we'll get into that more next week. But if you use a system like MC Backup to clean everything out, then you know that you'll be good to go. And I'm not talking about like just deleting a whole bunch of people, because even if you haven't talked to that person for years or weeks or months or what have you, they still might want to buy real estate, right? So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making sure that their information is there. So their first name and their last name and their email address or phone number or what have you.
And the
That's
one thing I
cleaning
like
up
about
your
this, I've been
contacts.
using MC Backup for many years. What I like about it too is you could take your contacts in your phone, and when you back it up, you could actually it'll email it to you, or you could email to yourself a CSV file, like a
Yes.
spreadsheet of all of your people that are in your phone, which is really cool. Because before that, I didn't know. I'm like, God, I got all thousands of people in my phone. I just wanted it on a spreadsheet so I could upload that into a different program. So if you ever want, and also you could save it, I mean, backs up. So if something ever happens to your iCloud or whatever system you're using, you have a spreadsheet that you could upload into some other system, everybody in your phone. So
Yes,
that's good about it.
absolutely. Easy Measure is another app that you can put on your phone. So maybe you're walking through a house with one of your clients and they say, I really, really love this house, but I'm not sure that my hutch is going to fit on that wall. And I hate to buy a house if my furniture is not going to fit. Well, if you're whipping out your phone going, let's measure this wall, I'll give you the dimensions, and then you can go home and measure your whatever it is that you want to fit in there, and we'll see if it's going to work. How cool is that? You're going to be their lifesaver forever, right?
Yes,
So
definitely.
super easy measure.
And next, how do you pronounce that? Waz or Waze? I don't even know.
Ways. So if you're thinking about ways to find somewhere,
Aha.
WAZE, Waze
Yeah,
has been around for quite a little while, actually.
you're
So
right. Yes. And I've been noticing because I've been using Google Maps and even though when I go on a road trip somewhere, I already know where I'm going, but I use it because it tells you, construction, things slow ahead in speed traps too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know that Waze has the speed traps, but it does tell you where the road construction is and it will reroute you. But yeah, the speed
Right.
traps are a good place.
The funny thing is, I saw a quick video. I don't think it was a TikTok or something, and people could on Google, I think it's Google or this app, they could post, they hit a button when they see a police officer taking radar, and then someone could click on it if the police officer's not there anymore. And the video was of a police officer sitting there on the app laughing, going, "I'm not here anymore," but he's really there.
That is funny.
All right. And that
Yeah,
next,
back in the
the
day,
police
we
are
had those radar things in our cars. Remember those?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I had tape measures and I had have to go to the office and have like an atlas and highlight the routes. So gosh, I'm aging myself here.
Yep. How things have
And
definitely gotten better.
what's around me? I have never heard of that one.
So around me is going to tell you what the closest store is, what the closest business is. Again, we're talking about when you're walking through homes with your buyers. Now, hopefully you have more than 15 minutes to review this house. Things have slowed down a little bit more, so we're not quite in that 15-minute time zone anymore. We do get 30 minutes or maybe 45 to walk around, but they want to know where the closest store is, and you're not super familiar with this area, right? You can go to Around Me and it will show you everything that is around there. And you can also tell your client to go to Around Me and they can see everything that is around there, because remember our rules, sometimes you can't talk about certain things. So it's a cool app and it's totally free. Everything that I'm talking about here is totally free for you to download onto your phone.
And I'm going to tell a story, but it's a not a great story, but an interesting story about a showing, kind of like what's around you. I had an agent call me that was dropping one of their clients and said, "Hey, I went on a showing yesterday and they brought one of those tape measures that like the roller ones, like, you see
Yeah.
people use for long distances." And the buyer walked out of the house after the showing and he thought the agent was leaving, but then they started rolling this thing down the street. And agent called a buyer later and said, "What was he doing?" And he was actually rolling and measuring how far the house was from a school because he was a registered sex offender.
Oh,
So,
wow. Yeah.
I mean, not a great story, but this is important. Sometimes you don't even realize if you don't know everything about your clients, what's around you might matter in a bad way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
so
Well, and then there are those people that are worried about those things and they don't want to move into those neighborhoods. So,
right. And again, and being in this business so long, and I've had people, not maybe two people over 30 years, it's not too bad, but I've had people get upset because they didn't. I know it says it in our contracts that they should check, for sex offenders in the area, this and that. And the people didn't, and they found out later and got mad at the agent because they weren't protecting them. I mean, but we tell them to do that. So you should be aware of everything, as much as possible about an area for people, because it could come back at you. It's like, because you're their trusted advisor. Well, I keep on going, Deb. I know I'm throwing in stories here.
no problem. We love your stories. Word swag can help you with social media posts. Maybe you don't know what to say. It gives you designer words for remarks when you want to be real creative with your description of the house. Maybe it's one that just doesn't come to mind because you're struggling. It's not that super updated one, so you're not sure what to say. It's going to give you different adjectives to use and such. So it's kind of a cool thing. And social media posts, if you're not sure what to say as far as those goes too, it gives you suggestions for that. So it's pretty neat. I've not ever used it, but I looked at it a little bit. So it's it is kind of neat. I usually don't have trouble when I'm writing out remarks. And when I was actually doing Carly's job back in the day, I would change the remarks for some of the agents, and they'd be like, "You just do such a great job. Could you do this all the time?" Yeah,
Yeah. And then I know agents, especially with listings, I know agents love what other agents write and just, cut and paste.
Right. Wish they could do it.
I mean,
Yep,
there's only so
exactly.
many ways to say how beautiful a house is in a lovely area and the landscaping. I mean, yeah, but this app, I guess, could help you with some different words
Yep, yep,
than
yep.
normal. And then, of course, our MLS and Home Snap and Find On. One app I haven't really used yet because our MLS is so encompassing of a lot of things. We don't really need it as much as the what's it, RPR? Is it?
RPR. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
don't have that one on here. I have Home Snap on here.
yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I know I have agents in different areas of the country that love it, but I just
Yep.
think the information we're just used to such. There's some places, we get spoiled here with how good our MLS is and how much information is there and connects and to things like that. So just RPR is another one you could do that. And
I
go ahead,
agree with
Deb.
that. I'm going back to the Home Snap and the RPR
Oh
for
yeah, go ahead.
just a second. So the MLS now does not have an app for your phone. You can download Home Snap. Home Snap is going to give you a bird's eye view of any property, whether it's listed or not, when you're driving past it. If you type in any property address, you can find out information about it. RPR is a really good program, but like Tony said, we're kind of spoiled with our MLS because they give us a ton of data, and so does Century 21. So a lot of our agents don't use RPR because they don't need to make that kind of presentation. You can do it on Century 21. That's kind of why I don't have it on here, because we're geared towards our people. But using RPR does help you in certain instances, because when you're doing a comparable market analysis and you just can't find what you're looking for on the MLS because our numbers are so wacky right now, try RPR, because they go out a little bit differently and you may find the comparables that you're looking for on RPR.
And no, that's great. And these are awesome. Well, hopefully everybody knows about .loop DocuSign, but not too. I know our agents in Columbus are more apt with the zip forms, but in today's day, you really need to be able to convert everything into a PDF, right?
Yes.
We still
Yes.
get every once in a while agents sending us JPEG or pictures of documents, and then we have to convert it into a PDF for our files. But yes, there's free apps that you can get to convert a picture into a PDF. So if you have to, and you're on the fly, you're in the house, you're somewhere and you don't have a scanner, or it's still a form that's not, because someone's not using .loop or DocuSign. So yeah, so that's a great app, but there's several. Just Google it, free PDF maker apps. I think the one I've been using, I don't even know because I just know the picture of it, but I think it's PDF Now,
PDF
which is
Now
nice.
on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's compatible with the Apple. I tried to find things that were compatible to both. I use the app, the Adobe DC Reader. I have for many, many years used that. It's on every single one of my computers, because you can type on it and make things nice and neat, right? And that's kind of where we all are thinking along the lines of, we want to use these systems because we want them to look nice and neat. In a crunch, you can handwrite a document, and I'm used to doing that. And so are you, Tony. The
Mm-hmm.
.loop, the DocuSign, the zip forms and all is newer things. So everyone who's coming into the business now want to jump right into those. I have my little disclaimer down at the bottom of that to check your broker about using those platforms, because you need to know what you're doing when you're using them.
And
It's
these are
very,
our basic rules in office. As long as you're using the correct forms
yeah,
and got them all there, whatever one is easiest or best for you to use. But I use that's why in our office we have agents all over Ohio. So I just theoretically or technically, any purchase agreement is a purchase agreement, but agents in certain areas are just listing agents are just used to those forms in those areas. So
Yeah.
always contact Debbie or myself, Central Twin Home Star Agent, if you are selling something outside the area, outside of your normal area. So like if you're Northeast Ohio, we're all used to the kind of forms we have here. In Columbus, there's different board that they see down there. And when we see vice versa, they go, "What's this?" It's like Chinese to them. And
Yes.
then next, Dayton and Cincinnati. So we general rule, but check with us first. But general rule is what the board approved, local board approved purchase agreement. Usually we're okay with, just to help our buyers, because we know when the listing agent sees it, they'll get confused. So that's the reason why. Because every once in a while, agents ask me why we change purchase agreements. It's just because of that. We want to help our buyers because
Yeah.
we've seen that. And not to talk more stories, but there are actually some. I talked to an agent that was from Arizona. They have a state purchase agreement. The Arizona Department of or Division of Real Estate has one, and every company uses the same purchase agreement for the whole state. Wow, would that be nice?
I wish we had that.
Wow, would that be nice?
It would be nice.
And I
I
think
wish
they're
we had
all
that.
on one MLS, and all
Yeah.
of that is that. So, all right, next here. Okay, some upcoming CE. I got to get the links. I had a couple agents. We saw this video and emailed me because on my weekly email, I didn't have the updated one. So I got to get these from Mike and
Oh,
hash
okay.
the links. So if you have those, Deb, if you could email those, I could put those in the weekly email to our agents to link to register for these if they set them up yet on that.
Yeah, these are all set up. They were set up at the end of last month, and that's how I got them on here. Hashes is ceu.net. Is that what his website is?
OhioCE.net.
OhioCE.net. And I'll
Right.
remember to put that back on there
Yeah,
for
for some
his.
reason I just went on there a couple of days
Oh,
ago, couldn't see his future ones, but maybe you just put that on
oh,
there.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All
so
right.
again, I tell every agent, if you could just book the time, you're going to get all of your CE, 30 hours of CE in 1 year.
Yeah.
And the one thing, not that this happens often, but if you ever submit your CE, I think it's 30 days. You can't submit it like 6 months in advance. I learned that a couple, maybe 10 years ago. I submitted all my paperwork like 3 months early, and they sent it back because as a broker, if my license expires, the whole company shuts down. Can't do that. So I was being extra careful when I need my 3 hour or 30 hours every 3 years. So
Yeah, the division has gotten a little bit more techie with their stuff. Except for your very first year, our first year agents have to send everything in manually. But after that, if you want to renew and load your continuing education onto their website, they do allow you to do that. And how you get into that is paying attention to your mail that comes in your mailbox, because that's where your login information is going to be on your renewal form in the mail from the division.
And maybe because every time, agents don't think about this, but once every 3 years. But when you're submitting your CE, I've mentioned to a few agents over the years, they complain like, why do I still need my certificates
Right.
when they have it? So maybe if enough of us keep on emailing the division and telling them, please, why do we have to keep on a physical certificate? You had the CE provider sends them the information that you attended. It's on your record. So if you look up your license online on the division website, you'll see the CE that you've taken. And I've had agents say they thought they took a class but didn't, or it was too far or something, and then last minute something happened. That happens. So
Yep.
all right, go through the thoughts of the day.
So just a few things for you all to think about. If you're using technology, what helps you run your business more efficiently? If you want to just send us a little message so we have other ideas, what impacts your business, or what would you like to see? Or is there any questions that you have? All you have to do is call us.
Yeah,
We're here all the time. So
every
we work
technology
all the time.
Yeah, and every technology that I've used or give to other agents, someone told us about, Century 21 adapted and we're using because of that. Or I read some article. I didn't like fall across these. I didn't create these, or you didn't either, Debbie. So someone
Correct.
had it somewhere. So there's always something that someone, if you come across something that you like to use, hey, we could just add it to the list of things that we like to tell other agents to use on that. So.
Yeah.
And last today, National Garage Sale Day. Did not know that.
This was my little social media thing. I thought this was awesome. The second Saturday of August, which happens to be this Saturday, is National Garage Sale Day. So not only can you send this out on your social media, but if you happen to be out and about, take some cards with you, stop at garage sales, find out why they're having one, see if they
Right.
need an agent or
Ex-
anyone there needs your
ex-
help.
exactly. That's what people are doing. They're starting to clean out their house to get ready to sell. So that happens a lot. So it's, and again, you could go there and look around. You might, if you even like garage sales and buying things, it's a way to talk to people. They're sitting there.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for sure. It is
on that.
definitely a good way. Yep.
And also, I know some agents have created garage sale signs for that to use with their information. So I know Mike Ferrante and his team. I don't know if they're using them right now, but they in the past they've used garage sale signs. So it's a nice way that you go up to a garage sale, say, hey, can I help you? You know, usually garage sale they put one sign, at the end of their street or something, because everybody's not a big marketer and know how to do it. But hey, I've got 5 more signs here. Do you mind if I put them up, and you could tape their address to them and put them, up around? Most people are not going to be upset by that, like, hey,
Right.
wow, you're going to get more people in my garage sale. So go out on a Sunday, have a bunch of garage sale signs in there made with your information on it, and then be able to cut and paste, or tape and paste the address of the property and put them around for a Saturday or Sunday. And it's a way to get your name and information out there in the neighborhood. So that's a good idea to do.
Yep. He
So
does still use those. I know he uses them, and he also lets other people use them too. So if someone calls him and says, "Can I use some of your garage sale signs?" For sure, he's going to let them use them, because that's free advertising for him as well.
exactly, and
So
it's a way to canvas an area or farm an area. It keeps your name out there.
yeah, we do have to do a thing about farming too. I got to put that on my list. So
Yes. Okay. Stop sharing. There I go. I'm back off the sharing. So that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching on Facebook. So it's our new way. It's just going to go live on Facebook, and we're also going to just email these to all of our agents. I'm also going to upload it to my YouTube channel. So it'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and email to all of our agents, sent to one homestar once a week too. So that's how you're going to get this. But of course, reach out to Debbie or myself, and we could go over more of this information one-on-one and go through your questions. So that's it. So have a great Thursday. It's a
yep,
Thursday.
today's
I was gonna say
Thursday.
Tuesday today, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Deb.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.